the consistency of everything is absolutely key. And I find that when you go for a run, the first time back fucking sucks. Second time, it still sucks. Third time, starts to suck slightly less. But the 30th time, you're fucking like a man on a mission.
Yeah, I've been doing more than just running in this, like lately.
And what's like an easy running speed for you normally? Just like on the road.
Yeah, six.
It's like a 6 minute K. Or I don't know. Yeah, I'll put it on like nine. Yeah, that feels that's like about a 7 minute K.
Okay.
If you want to adjust the speed, or you can go down there. But I'm only going to film for. Basically, what we're watching for here is this natural kind of inwards roll of the foot and ankle. Yeah. So that's called pronation. It's not a bad thing to pronate, so your body naturally absorbs shock. Basically, I'm interested in how much that's occurring. So ideally, I want to see that the shoe is pretty much like flat and vertical, and you can see that you are definitely compressing the inside of the shoe a lot more than the outside. So it's just probably loading up a little bit like more through like the inside of your foot and ankle here. Might start to drag your knee in a bit with it as well. So just looks like, maybe over time that's compressed a little bit more.
Yeah, wow.
A bit more. This one, it's still like a neutral shoe, but you can see that just the back of the shoe is just holding it way straighter through here compared to that. So yeah, like that's a big change already without actually kind of going to more like an ASICS Kayano.
Okay.
So that looks good. The good thing with like alternating shoes is that you get a slightly different stimulus from each shoe. So it's actually like kind of working like a little muscle slightly differently, and you're less risk of getting an overuse injury. And then you've also got, you have shoes for different purposes, right? So you've got one that's like, all right, I'm going out there today just simply to like get through easy Ks. I don't care. I'm going to go as slow as I need to. I just need to be out there for like 60, 90 minutes, whatever. And then you've got a shoe that's a little bit lighter and more nimble, where it's like, right, I'm going to do like 30 minutes a little bit faster in this one. So you kind of can separate the purpose of the shoes and find a shoe to fit each purpose. And then obviously with the race shoe, then you've got your race shoe as well. So it's like, it's just better for being like springy and more responsive. But usually you sacrifice more stability with that. So yeah, when you get to like Sydney Marathon, you'll probably be like, I want to have a shoe that feels like I can like get a bit more energy return and feel like I'm not having to work as hard to run the same speed. I think it just depends like in the lead up, like what your priorities are. Like if you want to just have one shoe that's really stable, keep injury free. If you're going for like Hobart, I want to run this certain time and I want to give myself the best chance of doing that, then a race shoe is still like really valuable across 10K. So like, quite often, like without even thinking about it, I could kind of drop 5 seconds a K, same effort, but it's just like, it's the shoes doing it. The shoes doing it anyway. So it's like, it's, I think it just depends what your priorities are.
Saucony Triumph.
Saucony Triumph.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable.
Did you tell them what your goal time is?
For the 10K?
Yeah.
If I could do with no training, like the limited training, 55 minutes.
You'll smash that.
You reckon?
You'll smash that. Yeah. 100%. You don't think you will?
I don't know.
I reckon 53.
53?
53.
Alright. What's the bet? If I hit 53, we don't give away a pair of shoes for here.
Okay.
And if I do hit 53, give away a pair of shoes.
So everyone's going to be rooting for you.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's perfect.
This journey is going to be 3 major events this year. The first one for myself is going to be a 10K at Hobart. 10K is a little bit light on, but it gives me a good stepping stone into the Brisbane Marathon, which is coming up, and at that one I'm going to run the half marathon. Never run Brisbane before. I am interested to do it. It is our home city. It's going to be a great one. And then from there, prepping ourselves for the Sydney Marathon. And Sydney Marathon, I won an entry last year, wasn't able to do it because I got injured. This year we're going to do the preparation correctly. We're going to do the training correctly, and that all really starts today. So I guess I've got 3 priorities over this training block. Number 1 is we need to be able to balance training with life. So I've got 3 kids, I have a wife, my son, he loves to run out of the football field, so I have to be able to keep up with him. He just got a scholarship to go and play football, so I'm going to have to try and run, quite repeatedly and quite fast to catch up with him. But I need to be able to balance life with training and make sure that I'm getting the training in. I need to make sure that we've got that commitment to speed and maintaining the consistency towards speed and consistency towards getting the kilometers underway. And then finally, we need to make sure that we're still managing the business and growing the business at the same rate in which our training is increasing. We have to make sure that the business doesn't suffer at all. I'll be doing 3 run packages a week, and that will range from a slow run, a more intense run, and then a longer run. So training 6 days a week, give myself a 7th day of rest where I get out and still do that 12 to 15,000 steps. And then really it's all about diet and keeping the focus. All right, so let's get started. I've got a 6K run at about 6:15 pace. That's not going to be too hard. Look, I have been injured this year. I was injured back when Lockie did his 58 marathons, just trying to keep up doing 5K a day, probably overtrained during that period of time. However, I have now dropped over the past 12 months, probably about 10 kilos. So now the body's feeling a lot better when it's coming to running. I think when I did a marathon a number of years ago, I was running at about 105 or 106 kilos. So now we're a lot less than that. Great thing is that we can get out, do the 6Ks, do it at a calm pace, take that data back to Lockie, take that data from the Buddy app back to get analysed, and then we can actually start to plan the rest of our training block for the next month. One of the biggest challenges that I have is slowing down. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously we're sitting there at 6:35 pace, but every now and again the body just wants to take off. I think that's just from having an overactive mind. It certainly helps running, taking the time to get half an hour, hour and a half out. You fuel yourself every week with coffee and caffeine and work, decisions, bloody hell, decision fatigue. What a mission that is. I don't know how many decisions we have to make every single day, but it's a shit ton. So when you get out here, you just keep running. Sometimes your brain just doesn't want to switch off and it just says, run some more. And you find yourself speeding up too fast. So it's one of the big things I need to do, is always slow down to get faster.
A little bit easier.
You know one thing that kills me? Every time we run past somebody who's not wearing a Yeah Buddy hat. But it also inspires me. Because there's so many people that not only don't wear a Yeah Buddy hat yet, but don't wear a hat at all. Rain, hail or shine, Doesn't matter. Your legs don't know that it's raining. So how do you cross the abyss when things get a little bit hard? One foot in front of the others, one step forward. For me, it's not just about those two. It's about thinking, what's the absolute worst that can happen? And then getting comfortable with that. What is the worst thing that could happen? Now, taking away any pain or health issues with family, what's the worst thing that can happen? You get a little bit wet today, you get stuck in traffic, you turn up late, last week we placed an order without barcodes. So we sent an order without barcodes. Bloody amateur hour we look like. Oh well, we'll fix it. We'll come back stronger. All right, so that's that training run done. Got a little bit dramatic with the rain, but how good. Shoes, they were like a dream, an absolute cloud. Shout out again to the guys at the running company down in Newstead. Absolute legends. 35, 40 minutes they spent with me getting fitted. And their shoe prices were no more expensive than Foot Locker or whatever the other companies are called. Buying direct. So yeah. Training run 1 done.
Week 1 done.
Week 1 done. Next week we've got a lot of activity. We're flying around the country, podcasts around the country, got events. Formula 1, amazing. Tasmania, amazing. Getting ready for the Hobart Marathon. So not only will we be traveling around, we're also going to have to make sure training week 2 is covered. Otherwise Mr. Lockie Stewart will not be happy. So stay tuned on our socials, YouTube, Instagram and the likes. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We hear them all. In fact, let's throw something out there. Leave a comment to the baseline of this episode. The first 3 people to comment, we'll get in contact with you and we'll send you a Yeah Buddy hat. Thanks for watching. See you later.